Welcome back to another edition of Rob's Wrestling Roundup. There is quite a lot of stuff going on in the professional wrestling world, so I think I'm just gonna hop right into it. Now, I think the most important story to get to right now is the unfortunate injury of Liv Morgan. Now, this is truly heartbreaking, as for those of you that don't know, currently Liv Morgan was half of the women's tag team champions with Raquel Rodriguez, but more importantly, she was involved in literally 4 different storylines going on TV, as there was drama in the Judgment Day between her, Dominic Mysterio, and new member Roxanne Perez. She was challenging Nikki Bella to a match at Evolution, and she was even trying to get into the women's world title picture against Io Sky. It is really unfortunate that someone with so much going on at this specific time falls to a shoulder injury, as she'll be out between 12 to 16 weeks. But hopefully when she gets brought back, she can kind of pick up where she left off. But again, horrible timing on that. But to pick things back up, we also have the new World Heavyweight Championship match set up between Gunther and Goldberg. Now, this was a dream match that's been on people's minds for years and was set up a couple times throughout the last couple of years, but this is obviously going to lead to Gunther retaining his monster status and crushing Goldberg. But I am wondering if Seth Rollins is going to cash in and make the Saudi Arabia match even more notable, because we all know the blood money runs thick. But aside from that, we will also get John Cena versus CM Punk, with Cena cutting a Pipebomb promo on SmackDown after his match with Ron Killings, R-Truth, with Cena putting Punk through a table like R-Truth put Cena through a table all those years ago. Now, of course, this is going to lead to a belt shot and a pin, and nothing's going to change until November, most likely. But it will be cool to see the roles reversed between Cena and Punk. And speaking of Ron Killings, I just want to touch on him really quickly. I love his new drive and his new character after their match and after he kind of cut his dreads and showed a new side of himself. I'm glad that we're finally able to get Ron Killings from old school TNA, and I would love to see him maybe go into a mid-card title feud, potentially, after he's done potentially costing Cena the title at the end of his reign, maybe? Well, who knows? Now, of course, I want to touch on AEW, as they are still pumping out the quality matches that we all love to see, and honestly, again, I'm just waiting for Darby Allin to come back to beat Jon Moxley, because yes, Hangman Adam Page is the hero of AEW, but he is not the hero of this story, and he is not going to beat Jon Moxley. And speaking of aces of AEW, Kenny Omega's Golden Lovers tag team partner Kota Ibushi returned to AEW, helping fight off the Don Callis family. Now, I, for one, am extremely excited to see some really great tag team wrestling now that the Golden Lovers are finally back together. But the one match I am interested in is Mercedes Moné versus Toni Storm, as Mercedes Moné recently won the CMLL Women's Championship as she added it to her plethora of belts, and I really hope Toni Storm is able to defeat Mercedes Moné. And one additional thing, because I can't help but mention it, the Wyatt Six will be facing off against the Street Profits for the WWE Tag Team Championships. And one, I'm wondering how they got a title match so quickly. And two, it's most likely going to be a schmoz. Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano are most likely going to interject and cause a DQ. But I would absolutely love to see the Wyatt Six win the tag titles and kind of run the tag division for a bit. Because, you know, I always love to see the Wyatt Six on TV. They're a great act, and it will always be a wonderful tribute to Bray Wyatt. I'm sure there will be a lot more to talk about as we get closer to SummerSlam, as it is only a short few months away, which is crazy to think we've got a 2-night SummerSlam right after we got through the gauntlet of getting Money in the Bank, Saturday Night Main Event, Night of Champions. It's been kind of an overload. Now, that's just been some of the more rambunctious events happening within pro wrestling across this month. and looking towards the next. But if you want to learn more about the exciting wrestling events going on within Alberta and beyond, first be sure to support your favorite local and national pro wrestler and pro wrestling promotions. For more on everything else going on in and around Calgary, check out the CJSW monthly newsletter so you can check out all they have to offer throughout the month. That's all I have from Rob's Wrestling Roundup, and now it's time to send it back for this week's episode.